Hey, hey guys, did you miss me? No, really, did you miss me? Hey guys, I'm back for a little bit. Well, it really depends on how this video is received, but I am currently on Grand Fantasia Origins, the newest Grand Fantasia from the OG one. I haven't really logged into the OG one in a long while actually, but yeah, I seen that they finally released the new class. So I had seen it a few days ago before it released, and my initial thought was, oh, a new class already. Then I looked at the silhouette of it, and I sat here, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so it's like a beast tribal type of class. Then I looked at the silhouette of the claws, and I was like, ew, disgusting. Some of you guys know how I feel about claws. I just don't like claws. They're disgusting. I don't like claws, man. I just can't get behind claws. I can't, man. I just don't like claws like that. But anyway, after seeing like the initial claws, the starting claws, it actually looks pretty sick, and I was just sitting here like, okay, it kind of reminds me of like Assassin's Creed claws, but just a lot bigger. But anyway, there were two classes, which was it something Blaze, and this one is like Storm. Between Blaze or Storm, I chose Storm because I love totems. If you guys don't know, that I played a lot of X Legend games, which Grand Fantasia was one of them that I mostly played. And secondly, behind that was Dragonmon Hunter. And a third game behind that was Eden Eternal. Eden Eternal was the thing that sparked up my love of totems because of Samoan. Or Shaman, Samoan, whichever. I think it's Shaman. But yeah, Shaman was literally my favorite class to actually play just because of totems. Because I could just put them down and not have to worry about them. But Eden Eternal's totems were a lot stronger. I'm not sure about these totems, but it seems like they don't have like a charge time or anything like that. I am currently level 31. Let's go ahead and talk about I did have a video of me leveling from like start to 30. But that video audio got corrupted because I'm using GG what was it? Steel Series GG little sensor as my audio, and that thing has been bugging lately because apparently Steel Series don't know how to get the app to work. At least with Elgato. Well, not Elgato. The XLR. But even with that said, that video is pretty much kind of scrapped. I'll sprinkle in like a little bit of gameplay and talk about it over time of how like we've been going through stuff. So initially, like I said, I really love totems from Eden Eternal, and I immediately started reading skills, and dear God, there's some cool skills going on, and for both of them. So I'm going to be talking about the Blazes and my the storm that I chose, and there's skills that work off of the totems as well. I just need to keep track of like which ones I talk about. I'm going to bring up a notepad so we can go like fully through them all. So hey, welcome. So if you guys are old veterans like me who played Grand Fantasia for like years but got burnt out, and didn't know that new classes are still coming out, which we finally got Keymaster back, and we recently got a new class which was like a Reaper class, so that was fun also. Oh yeah, we got a ninja class. Drifter is back, the ninja class, and Soul Blade, which is basically Grim Reaper. Life steal, debuff, stuff like that. Then there's the Spirit Claw, which is the new class. So there's a whole bunch of new things. And I will say this. The Spirit Claw was insanely I can't say it's insanely strong. Well, no, yes I can. Early game, it's insanely strong. I don't know how it is late game though. And I know a lot of people probably played it. Let me know your guys' opinion on it, on the Spirit Claw class, because I know a lot of people have been going Flame Brawler, and quite a few people have been going, the more support route. Brawler is more of a DPS, straight up DPS. This is more of a support class. I wish I could play with friends. That's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to play with friends, but then I was like, dude, they're not gonna come back to Grand Fantasia. They're too busy playing stuff like Mabel stories or other things. And plus, Grand Fantasia is like not easy to get back into. So I wanted to ask questions too of some new things that have been going on. What the hell is this up here? This little bar. If anybody can explain that to me, because I recently came back. Because I remember playing around the time that Ninja came out. And that's all I remember. I gave my first impressions on it. Then gave it time to cook. I seen the Soul Blade come out. Played it a little bit, tiny bit. Didn't care for the class because it's just not up my alley. Then Spirit Claw came out. Then I was just like, ooh, totems. I might stay for a little bit. But if you guys want to see me actually like level up and play Grand Fantasia again, let me know. I would only know if you guys comment or, leave likes. So I'll be back here making content again. With that said, let me know what the hell is this? Because I've been seeing this go up on bosses and mobs and stuff. Then when it gets full, it goes back to empty. But I don't see effect of what it does or anything. So let me know. With that said, there is another thing I plan on doing, which I've done for private servers and I've done for private servers, but I've never done for the main game because I've already done it for like the original OG. And it's basically, what can you get for $100 in Grand Fantasia? Is it a scam? Is it actually worth and you actually get your fill off of it? We're going to find out, because I never did it for this. And I just wanted to give it time to cook before I actually did the series and actually, see what we can actually get. But first things first, let me write that down so I don't forget, because my ADHD will make me forget that I'm supposed to be doing that. Okay, so first things first, let's go down through the skills and everything. So, the thing that kind of surprised me, you automatically get to dual wield, which is just one weapon, which is the claws. You don't get the dual wield like any swords or anything else or axes. It's only the claws. But the thing that surprised me is that you get 15% attack speed. And this 15% attack speed is nothing to sneeze at, by the way. We're going to show it off a little bit. Like, this is with no buffs. Yeah, no attack speed items or anything. Just watch how it is. Yeah, that attack speed is actually pretty crazy. And not only that, I'll talk about it as we go. So, the world boss is in here, right? I think somebody recently just killed it, so I think I should be good. So yeah, that's the thing that cooked me as soon as I saw that. Dual wielding speed is insane. Then you get a buff, which is called... Wait, no, hold up. Can we see the rest of them? Okay, no, that's as far as it go. But then you have Thunder Surge, which I'm going to put Thunder Surge on the the list because I don't want to look at dupes as we go through like the different classes and everything. So Thunder Surge actually gives a buff that gives you movement speed, melee damage increase off a basic. No, okay, I read that wrong. I just looked ahead of that. But let's see. Thunder Surge gives you, this goes on, but Thunder Surge is kind of pretty good, like kind of crazy actually. It gives you 5% movement speed, 10% attack speed, and 10 evasion points. 10 is actually kind of wild off of like a level 1 buff, but that's great honestly. Then you go down and it just keeps increasing by 1, and attack speed is by 2, and evasion points by, is that 5? Wait, hold up. No, it goes up by 3s. Yeah, evasion skill goes up by 3s. It doesn't evolve and give you anything else. It just keeps going up, you know, stat wise. So it doesn't get a duration increase or anything like that. It's just stat wise. Then you get to, does this name change anything? No, okay, just stays Surge. Okay, then you get to Thunder Stab. Write it down. And Thunder Stab is literally a gap closer. Which is just this skill. And then we have the next skill, which is Thunder Stab. Let me write that down. Okay, so Thunder Stab. This is a charge ability, so you get it like 1 charge point. After casting it, you deal physical damage and lightning damage. I still don't know how to look at a monster's resist or anything. It still doesn't give that info. I know every other X Legend game gives you like stats and resists, like Eden Eternal. They'll tell you what it's more effective against, you know, stuff like that. But this does not show. I don't know if it's the coloring up here now or anything. I haven't seen anything. But anywho, it does thunder on a target, and it also gives conduct. And when conduct stacks 5 times, you proc a, I think, debuff. No, you proc a move called Static Shock on a target for 8 seconds. And this deals physical damage and electric damage to the target that chains to a random enemy within 5 meters. So this is very good. I've learned when playing with this character that this character is very good at soloing, kinda. It deals with mobs while focusing the boss actually pretty damn good. And it's actually pretty interesting. It keeps going up in stats. Well, damage wise, does it gain anything new as we go? Okay, yes, it does gain new abilities. And that is around level 66. So at level 66, you now have a chance to additionally cast the skill Thunder Pursuit. And Thunder Pursuit deals physical damage and to the target and gives conduct. So it seems like it's going to be proccing conduct like quite often. So do you get anything else up here? No, the chance doesn't increase or anything. That is Thunder Thrust. Okay, it changed from stab to thrust. Extended. Oh, okay, so I guess you can look at the skill now too. Oh, that's interesting. So you can look at. Oh, that's neat. I actually like that quality of life. Was it on here too? No. Okay, so it's only on this one. It tells you like the other skill that it procs. That is actually very nice. Okay, the next one is Thunder Wave, which is going to be a ranged ability. Well, I guess I'll show you guys Thunder Stab right quick. Thunder Stab is this. It's literally just it's just a melee hit, and it is going to be your main button because it has the least cooldown out of most of all your other skills. But if anything, with this character, I would recommend letting your basic attacks off a little bit more. But Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is actually pretty decent too. But its cast time is the thing you're going to have to worry about, as usual. It's always the cast time. Thunder Wave. Oh, I guess I should put the new name too, so I don't look at it later. Thunder Thrust was Stab, right? Surge keeps the name. Stab gets Thrust. Okay. So yeah. Thunder Wave into Thunder Chain. Okay, so Thunder Wave, like I said, is your range ability, and it does have cast time. It is another charge ability, so you gain another charge point up here. So it does physical damage and electric damage, well, lightning damage, to the target, and inflicts the status Thunder Wave, which slows down the movement speed. Which, kind of weird now that I think about it, because I don't think you have a follow-up to keep them at bay afterwards. Yeah, I don't think you have a follow-up for a while, unless you want the totem to take control for a while. Thunder Wave I haven't really used too often just because it's just a slow. It's not like a movement speed decrease. But yeah, I guess I'll still show it either way. So let's go ahead and the range is actually pretty decent. Okay, so now this evolves. Okay, so let's see, hold on. Okay, so the movement speed does yeah, the movement speed lower does increase. The duration does not. Let's see if it adds something. It does. So now, when hitting a target, chain it to 2 other random enemies within a 5-meter radius. Also inflict Thunder Chain and Conduct. And at full, it does 40. Yeah, minus 40. So, decent. Like I said, another chain abilities to deal with multiple mobs. There's one of its finishers that you're gonna actually enjoy towards like mob clearing. But this next one is an AoE. And it is called Bolt Strike. Hold on, let me type in Bolt Strike. So Bolt Strike. Is it transforming the name? No, it's just keys Bolt Strike. Okay, so Bolt Strike, pretty standard AoE move that every other character has, but it also conflicts Conduct, and the range is up to 6 meters. I think the highest that we've ever seen, like range-wise, wasn't it Druid with Gaia? I think a few others too. But let's see. I don't think it changes or anything. No, it doesn't change or anything. It just inflicts more damage, and that's it. Okay, so now we're out of that, and we're going on to your actual Spirit Claw. So we went up Thunder Surge, and here's an insane one. This is what I was talking about. The skill that actually made this like a lot easier early game, which is Thunder Ward. And that is your passive. You guys probably already got a sneak peek at it. I don't know if okay, yeah, it does go up. So Thunder Ward, when using basic attacks, you have a chance to deal additional thunder damage. Well, lightning damage. I'm gonna just either one. You know what I say when I say thunder damage. And when using a skill, you have a 30% chance of casting Lightning Shield. And this Lightning Shield reduces all damage by 200 flat damage. And when you are hit, it does lightning damage to the target for 8 seconds. This skill goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. So honestly, I would always keep an eye on Thunder Ward and wait for it to come off cooldown before I use skills again, just to keep myself safe if I'm going up against anything that has Reflect or anything like that. And I would spam a really good ability that wouldn't get me destroyed. You know, probably will bring back, you know, Sand Attack or Strike, if it allows me. Oh, I can't use this without the appropriate items. Wait, is this a... Wait, what? Okay, so you can't use Strike. So you would need, like, at least something on a low cooldown that you can easily get off, you know? Then it should show up. Let's see. As we go down, the attack... the additional damage goes higher. And this is for both Brawler and Storm. Like, anywhere it goes, you're going to be getting this. So the whole class is actually pretty interesting. I mean, 30% chances. Fantastic. Then it goes from flat to percentage. The fact that it goes to percent all damage increase is actually insane. But that's at level 66. And that damage actually goes up pretty damn high. Then Ward 4, you're getting 11% damage reduction. Level 5, 13%. Like, that actually matters. You guys might think that's like, it's such a low number. If you actually play Grand Fantasia, that actually matters. Damage reduction matters majorly versus Reflect, because a lot of enemies get Reflect late game if they haven't changed anything. But Reflect is the most hated thing in Grand Fantasia. Well, one of the most hated things in Grand Fantasia. Well, in the original OG Grand Fantasia, let's say that. Because even if you're strong, it doesn't matter, because you'll destroy yourself before the enemy destroys you. That's how much Reflect sucks. But if you have all damage reduction, it actually counters that Reflect damage that comes back at you by lowering it. So if you had like lifesteal, let's say I was Druid and I was going in wolf form, and I did a whole bunch of DPS without, you know, all damage reduction. Let's say I'm hitting myself for like 1,000 and I only have like 10,000 HP. I'm chunking myself. But with damage reduction all, and I have like 50%, that goes down to at least 500 or 300, and I'm lifestealing and no longer like hugely chunking myself. You can actually make this to where Reflect damage does no damage. And that's by playing Gorilla form. But anyhow, so we also have another skill that was actually pretty interesting to me, because we have a self-sustain early game too, which actually kind of blew my mind, which is called Thunder Pulse. And Thunder Pulse, what it does is, hold up, Right. I can't type and look at the stuff at the same time. Of course. You'll let me do it in Minecraft, you know. But Thunder Pulse is actually insane. You get 10% movement speed, so you can kite a lot better until you actually heal. But its healing range is a lot more random than most skills that I remember. It's kind of like a band-aid. Band-aid skill that lasts 10 seconds. That 10 seconds actually matters. But yeah, you get a regen for 10 seconds and movement speed. I wanted to see if it actually changed like higher, because in that first video I only looked at the base version of it. I totally forgot that it does evolve as we talked about it. So far it only goes up towards healing. It doesn't add anything new. The duration doesn't increase. It just goes up in healing. And like I said, that wide gap is so weird. From 300 to 900 randomly? That's weird to me. It's also not a charge ability. It's an actual insta cast. That's another crazy part of it. And the 30 seconds cooldown is actually pretty interesting, because you basically have 20 seconds of, oh crap, I'm getting hit. Oh crap, I didn't look at their weapons. I need to put that on the list. Look at weapons and gear, because they did something that I've complained about for so long, is that orange gear should go into archive. Orange gear should always go into archive, no matter what. You made a unique armor set that gives you an ability that goes in the freaking thing. Just saying, bro. But anyway, just not Super Saiyan. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, Thunder Strike. Thunder Strike is your gap closer, and I actually love this ability because Lightning Strike. I'm gonna keep saying it. When I think lightning, I just think Thunder class. That's just the main thing that pops in my head. But Thunder Strike or Lightning Strike is a gap closer. This range is actually pretty good. Oh, I should be using these skills too. Pulse. Wait, let me get chunked a little bit. Hey you. You can see how random this is. When I say the sustain of it isn't too bad. Did you just give me misfortune? Oh, I can't wait to drag you in the throat. I failed. There we go. Like, that is completely random. Doesn't really give you much sustain afterwards. But that was also Lightning Strike. So the distance of it is pretty decent. But let's get through it first. So Lightning Strike is another charge point skill, and it rapidly moves towards the target, deals physical damage and lightning, but it also gives dizziness. If I remember correctly, dizziness no longer works on bosses, which was no, because berserkers could stun or daze bosses. I think it was stun, right? I don't know if they're able to do that anymore, because it was kind of insane that they were able to interrupt, bosses like special moves and stuff like that. But I think it was actually pretty good because, on account that you can just ignore a mechanic that would actually, be a hindrance to the team. But dizziness and its range, like I said, is pretty decent. Nothing like insane. Like from here to here. Yeah, about that range. Yoink. So let's see. Does the range increase as I go? No, the range does not increase, but the damage does. Let's see. It does not evolve. It does not increase any durations or anything like that. But it does cost more mana as it goes. More damage. So, yeah, that's pretty much your typical engage ability. But here's the thing that I love about this class is that their finisher... Okay, there we go. I can type and look at this at the same time. So their finisher is called... Well, the finisher as in anything that uses like your gauge, or depending on how much your gauge is. For anybody who's new to Grand Fantasia and just learning this stuff. But this one's actually insane. So Volt Burst actually is a buff. You can get this for a certain amount of time, obviously. When casting anything that is classified as Thunderpath, and you guys can see at the very top under the name itself, it'll tell you that it's a buff skill, finisher, and what certain skill it is labeled as. This is I'm pretty sure the first time they've shown this, because I don't think they've... Well, no, I think they said buff skills. Finishers, maybe? Yeah, finisher, magic skill. I don't... Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, it's been a while since I played Grand Fantasia. I've been gone for so long. But yeah, Thunderburst. Whenever you do this, it deals a damage to any enemy up to 8 meters. And that 8 meters is actually pretty damn decent. And I've used it before, and it's actually really good. Let's see. It only increases damage. It doesn't increase how much time. Oh, okay. So it goes from flat damage to percentage once it gets to level 53. Ooh, that's actually really nice that it goes into percentage. Just a really high damager can delete things. And it doesn't get a name change or add anything else to it. That's where it stops. Then you got the rest of the class stuff that we've already went over. So now we're going to go into Flame Brawler. I'm going to label this as basics. So Flame Brawler has 2 different elements. It has lightning and flame, obviously. So we went over these 4. And now we're going to go into the stuff that we cannot train. So the passive you get with Flame Brawler. Yeah, the passive you get with Brawler is when using a Thunder Path, you gain... So let's see. The passive that you get with Brawler is that anytime you use a Thunder Path skill, you gain Thunder Might, and anytime you use a Flame Path skill, you gain Flame Might. So, Thunder Might increases movement speed and the damage of your Thunder Path skills by 2%. And this lasts up to 3 seconds. So as long as you're using Thunder Path, it'll keep resetting and stacking. So you're going to have to add it into your rotation somehow. So when the status ends, gain the same number of stacks of Thunder Infusion. And the same thing for Might. It gives you physical attack and Fire Path damage increase. Now, okay, you're not gonna type me. Okay, good. Now the thing is, when we're done and the effect goes away and it ends, Infusion for Thunder gives you a stack of physical damage. by 2%, so you can get up to 20%. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 20%. You can get 20% damage for both your physical and fire path. No, for your... No, my brain. It went to the wrong thing. Okay. Either way, well, no. Actually, it's still kind of right because Flame Might goes up to 20%. And your movement speed can go up to 20%. And Thunder Path skills can go up to 20%. But Infusion itself gives you 20% physical damage. While Flame Infusion on attack gives you a 30% chance to deal 2% damage of the caster's physical attack. So that goes up to 20% equal of the caster's attack. Which, like I said, damage dealer, DPS. People are really liking it. And this doesn't go anywhere. This stays there. That is your main bread and butter for your Brawler. So now the next skill is Molten Burst. And Molten Burst, let's see, what was... I put Bust. Oh my god, what am I trying to get into? Anywho, so Molten Burst is a charge ability. So Molten Burst is a charge skill, and after casting it, it does physical and fire damage to an enemy, and also gives you Lava Charge. So Lava Charge can stack up to 5 times and gives you crit chance increase. And with 5 stacks, it transforms into Lava Burst, which gives you 15% of crit chance, which is insane because crit, which is insane. 15% crit does make a difference. Like I said, especially if you get other crit gear onto it, gotta. But anyway, then automatically cast is the next skill, which is Lava. Wait, well, hold up. Where is it? Where was my place? I looked away just for like a second. Oh yeah, automatically cast the skill Lava Explode on the target and remove the status effect while under this effect no longer gains Lava Charge for 20 seconds. So Lava Charge goes on cooldown for 20 seconds afterwards. Okay, so what Lava Explode is, at the center of the target deals damage. So whatever you're targeting, this does damage around from 30 meters. That's what it says when it does that phrasing. And what this does, is that right? Brother, this is level 1 and does 1,000 damage? God damn. But anyway, it does fire damage and physical damage. Then gives the target Scorch, which Scorch does 1% of the physical damage of the caster. And as we go down, the physical attack increases. Lava Explode does not. Okay, so Lava Explode is actually locked to that damage. It doesn't go up at all. Only the physical attack of the initial hit before does that. And the Scorch does not actually interesting. So the Scorch actually doesn't go up at all either, but it can stack up to 5 times, so you can do 5% Scorch to an enemy. Then there is the Solar Burst. Let's see if this adds anything new. Oh yeah. So after doing this, Oh, this is just actually straight up just applies lava charge. Oh no, they just changed the phrasing as it evolved. Okay. So no, it's still the same. It's still the same. Some of these skills I'm actually just looking at. Like I said, I didn't look at the evolution of them. So yeah, mostly just the damage went up, nothing else, and the phrasing kind of changed. So it's all still basically the same thing. So let's type in Solar Burst, because that's the new name when it evolves, so we don't look at it again. Okay, so next, we're gonna be here for a while, so buckle up. So Plasma Blade, let's see, is a Thunder Path skill, and it inflicts static shock damage, but okay, but like, okay, so the next skill is Plasma Blade. Okay, so the next skill is Plasma Blade, which is a buff skill, and it's Thunder Path. It's the cast. Okay, after using it, you apply Plasma Blade, and Plasma Blade gives increased static shock damage. Using a basic attack has a chance to apply Conduct. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually not half bad, because our movement speed is already insane, and that lasts for a whole hour? So just doing basic attacks itself. Okay. Oh. Kind of sad Herald didn't get that one. At least that I know of. But as you go down, it does increase the chance, and it does increase the damage of it. Then we go down here. It does. Okay, so it does give a new thing, which adds on 10% physical and 10% attack speed. Ooh. Okay, that's actually a very good ability. So you're getting attack speed and damage increase for a whole hour? Brother, I can see why people chose this. I say just that skill alone is actually pretty good. Oh, and it actually keeps going up. It keeps going up. Okay, it keeps going up. That's the end of it. Okay, so 20% physical damage and 20% attack speed, and it has a 35% chance to inflict Conduct. That's actually not half bad once you get to like level 97. That's actually really good. What's the name of this so I can keep track of it? I didn't even write down Plasma Blade. Plasma Blade and Azure Blade. Okay, so next one is Lava Blade. Lock in, bro. This is gonna be a while because we're going through everything, and I mean everything. So Lava Blade is another buff skill, but this is Flame Path. So this one increases the damage for. Oh, I think you. Wait, can you only have one of these? Yeah. Okay, so both blades can't coexist, so you have to pick one. It's either between the thunder one or the fire one. So you gotta choose one of them. I didn't read that at the bottom. This effect has a 3-second cooldown. So once you pop it, you can't pop the other one or just change to the other one. Lava explosion damage goes up by 15%. On crit chance, there is a 10% chance to cast Lava Explode on the target. Ooh. Okay, that's not half bad too. I guarantee you a lot of people are going Flame Path just because of Lava Explode and the crit damage, the crit chance you get. Because you could probably get that back to back more than Conduct. Yeah, the more than you would rely on Conduct at what? Okay, so I wasn't tweaking. So it went from crit on crit chance, you get that, to hey, you also get crit damage now. 15% crit damage. Oh. Oh. 25% crit damage. With a 20% chance of casting Lava Explode. That's like a very good clear carrot. Yeah, this is like a very good clear like class so far. A lot better than Ninja that I know of. Because I haven't seen a lot of people play Ninja since then. I haven't seen a lot of people, you know, dipping their toes in it anymore. So this transforms into Crimson Blade. Okay, so next is Solar Stomp. And with Solar Stomp, this is an instacast. It is also a finisher, so it's going to take per charge that you have. Okay, so this is a dash ability, and once you dash, you inflict damage to all enemies within a 8-meter radius. So this is a character that will be difficult to work with, especially if you want to fight one at a time. If you're not very confident in the character, you could get destroyed. And this is mostly for, I'm mostly talking to like new players. If you aren't very confident, that could be your downfall, because you're aggroing so many enemies on that you get overwhelmed. If you're not confident in it, you can get destroyed pretty easily. But while also having a 10% chance to Lava Explode. Oh, so once you use this, you have a 10% chance to Lava Explode. That's what it's saying. You dash through the character, deal damage, then there's a 10% chance to have Lava Explode afterwards. Damn, son. Does it go up when I go down? Yes, it does. The chance does go up. But it only goes up to 4 times. So at level 61, it stops. And it gives you a 15% chance of Lava Explode afterwards. So you are still gambling with chances with this. So Storm Surge is your party ability. Okay. So we also have party ability. You know, every character has a party ability. Let's see what this one is. Oh yeah, it's the movement speed and also evasion. Which, like I said, remember that while you have this popped, that 15 evasion also plays around with the where is it? With Thunder Surge, which gives you already gives you like 10 or 13. Then that goes all the way up to like 25, right? That's actually really good. So you basically have like 40 or 30 evasion. And movement speed. Yep. Actually, isn't that 50%? Hold on, I'm doing something. Stop it. Yeah, that becomes 50% once you're like near max level. You get 50. Well, not 50%. You get 50 evasion. That's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. That's definitely kind of crazy. So let's see if it transforms. It does not. It just still gives you. Yeah, it just still gives you the same stuff, but just increases. Okay, so the next one is Flame Wheel Kick. I just saw something on there that I'm pretty sure I peeked at, and it looked kind of crazy. Was that a life steal ability or a healing ability? Oh no, it's not. Okay, so this inflicts damage and fire damage on the AoE, so it's a lot of AoE. So this is like a run into the dungeon. So they're giving us more characters that we enjoy, especially if we are like very geared and we want to like full clear a dungeon really fast. They're actually giving the dungeon runners a very good class for like AoEs and stuff. So, but Flame Wheel is a physical attack ability, and if physical attacks and fire attacks to targets in a 8-meter radius around you, and it inflicts burn, which increases the damage you take from physicals by 25%, and also gives a burn effect. Let's see if it goes down. So burn effect doesn't increase, so it stays at 4 right now, and the damage just goes up. Okay, no, it starts to change around like. Okay, it goes to 4. Yeah, once you get to 4, it goes up by 1 burn and increases the damage of the burn itself. It does increase how much you give them, but it does evolve. So, hold on. Okay, yeah. So once now, after applying a burn, deal an additional physical and fire damage and inflict the target with confusion, which this slows down attack speed. And this is a spell status effect. And this transforms into Flame Cyclone. You're gonna attack me, aren't you? You're awfully close to me. I'm gonna need you to back up like 10 feet by 10 feet. Let's see. Does it go any higher towards the burn? Nope. Okay. The physical damage just keeps increasing. So burn 8. Yeah. Okay. So burn 8 and confusion 8. So no other like unique things added. So we also have Thunderbolt or Thundershot, which is another new ability you gain. God, I can just hear the gold screaming from buying these skills. But charge point skill, Thunder Path. It deals physical and lightning damage around you in a straight line, and also silences, so it can't cast any magic skills for 2 seconds. Do not become fond of this late game because it does not work on most bosses. On a good portion of bosses, and I think they really need to update like the monsters and everything to let us know how much resist they have to certain abilities, what they can be affected by, what they can't be affected by, what elements is best for dealing with them, what they're mostly like, resistant to, so people can change their sets. Because let's say, for an example, you're giving us these like choices between like flame and thunder. If somebody wants to use thunder, but this boss is very resistant to thunder, we need to know that. Or if we're very resistant to flame and we're using flame abilities and we're doing more harm than good inside of a team, it's just like, why is your DPS so low? It's like, that's why, because we need this information. I say I've been waiting for them to add that. That is a crucial thing that they're doing. They're adding like these abilities. Well, they're adding like these status effects, but we're also not getting information on these status effects. But I will say this: there are some gems, or what do they call it? Orbs, or I think they're gems, right? Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, these stones. There are some of these stones that do increase thunder or lightning damage or stuff like that, depending on where you're going. So let's say you're going down the Thunder Path route and you need to find some lightnings. You can also do with that, especially if you don't have any like physical ones you are looking for. You're adding on damage for yourself. So keep that in mind as well. So let's go down. Does the silence increase? It does. But guess what? The duration of the ability doesn't increase. But it does add some new stuff once it evolves. Once your class evolves. It adds Thunderous. And Thunderous, yeah, Thunderous applies to yourself. It doesn't seem like it stacks. But it gives you attack speed by 7%, And you have a chance of inflicting an additional thunder damage by 1% of the caster's damage for 5 seconds. Okay, the attack speed increases as it goes down to 15%. Okay, we've already went over bolt, we went over this, we went over that. We have not gone over static charge. So static charge is a one thing, and it's a buff ability. It gives you 20% crit damage. Hold on. 20% crit damage and cooldown reduction for all. Okay. Hold on. Something really good here. If you have the attack speed, this is good. Because once you pop this, this is a freaking 300 cooldown ability. Okay, so this is what I prefer to call as your golden buff. The reason I call it a golden buff is just because it's one of those precious things you're gonna hold on to until you actually need it. Because that 300 seconds is nothing to sneeze at, brother. that is actually annoying. That's like, by the end of the dungeon, hey, this will be back up for you. So I was thinking at first this looked like a passive, but it is not a passive. It is actually a buff that goes on a cooldown for 300. It's the cast too. So after casting this, reset all your cooldowns to 0 and give yourself static charge, which increases the damage plus 20%. Reduces, and not only that, it reduces cooldowns of all abilities by 3 seconds for 10 seconds. Brother, that's actually pretty damn good. If it wasn't for the fact that that's a 300 second cooldown. So yeah, then you have that. So let's go on to the next one. Yeah, this is, like I said, a long video. We're just going to be talking about these. Okay, so Blaze Breaker. Let's see. We've talked about Thunder Thrust. We don't have to talk about that. We talked about this. We talked about that. We talked about this. Cyclone is the next thing that you gain. We're going to call this BB and Cyclone. So let's see what Cyclone gets. So Cyclone is a passive. Reduce all damage by 3%. Okay. So you just gave them another damage reduction. I just realized. So you want to fight me? Because that's crazy. When using skills, there's a 10% chance to cast Cyclone on self, Thunder Wave, and Phoenix Strike series of skills are not affected by cast time. Series deals 300 more damage, and Phoenix Strike series cast time is negative 20. Stacks up to 5 times for 30 seconds. Brother, what? Okay, so this doesn't go up. Okay, so this doesn't increase anything. Okay. Phoenix Strike, which is the new ability that you gain when you're on BB. So BB actually gets this skill, and it is another skill charge. It chains 3 times to a random target within 8 meters and applies Melt Armor, which is, damn son. It's a cool. Okay, so first off, this stacks up to 5 times. So let me get this straight. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15% on those. So you basically get a 30% damage increase if you have all stacks on of armor meld. Brother, what? So, wait, hold on. So let's say if an enemy isn't near the 3 meters, so that's basically singles out the boss itself, or that one enemy within your radius. I mean, it also has a 2-second cooldown, but it doesn't matter because you have a cyclone to deal with. But then again, it says a chance, right? Yeah, 10% chance. Even with that, that's still insane. I was gonna say, does this armor melt go up any? Okay, I just realized it went up. What went up? When you get to... Yeah, when you get to level 93, it changes 5 times. 5 times. So you automatically get this. Brother, what? So, okay. Alright. Are you trying to make me regret my choices? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Nah, we definitely have something good over here in Herald, right? Storm Herald better have something good. Oh, we're fighting. Because I didn't check the rest of those. I just saw totems and I was like, ooh. Don't judge me. Totems are great. Okay, so anywho, Thunderstrike is the next one. Thunderstrike. Okay, so Thunder Path deals physical damage and lightning damage to a 5-meter radius around you and inflicts paralyze. Ooh. All attack speed lowered and all cooldowns lowered for 3 seconds. Great. Does it transform? It does, and it transforms to Heaven Strike. And this inflicts Heaven Strike along with the paralyzing, which get all. That's actually really good. So you give evasion down, so you can hit the boss a lot easier if it has like high evasion, and you also give accuracy down so they can miss you a lot more. I mean, also think about it. You're adding. I mean, even if it lasts 3 seconds, you're also, if you use that ability during like the phase where it starts casting like some giant stuff that it requires it to charge that could, you know, hurt you. Remember that you have the 50 evasion at the end game, and now you also have this, which can basically save you from that attack. Oh my god, it keeps increasing. It keeps increasing. Okay, so 40. I'll take it back. 40% evasion and chance of hitting. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I like that. It's kind of like you have to put it into your rotation because that's 15 seconds, but you also still have to be quick enough to push it before it does anything insane, because that also helps your team as well. Well, it gives a chance of helping your team, I should say that. Oh, yeah, I have been oh god, not this again. How did I activate that? Okay, there it is. I fixed it. I did the stupid thing to where you can, well, when you go back and you type in a letter, it deletes the letter in front of it and replaces that letter. God, that was even a freaking button on my keyboard for a second. But anyway, next is core overload. So core overload grants you core overload, and when using a flame path skill, there's a 10% chance to gain lava charge. So you're just going to be spamming lava charge because a lot of abilities have it. So every time you use said skills, it's going to keep happening. If you're lucky. But it gives you such a good chance to keep doing those AoEs that it's actually pretty decent. This lasts for 20 seconds. And the chance goes up. And does it change when I go here? Nope, just keeps that 20%. We talked about solar. So here's where we're going to start getting through a lot of skills that we've already talked about. We talked about that. We talked about that. We have not talked about the riff. Have we talked about Clash? Okay, no. Yeah, Thunder Shock, then it changed to Thunder. Yeah, we talked about that. I put it down, but I didn't change it to Thunder Clash. Or Thunder Crash. Okay, so the next ability is Plasma Riff, which is a passive ability. When attacking, there is a 10% chance to apply Plasma Riff. And what Plasma Riff does is when attacked, additionally receive... Wait, what? Whoa. When attacked, additionally receive lightning damage and gain plasma overflow. So when I get hit, I take lightning damage, and all my weapons basic attack is increased by 8% and charging time increased by 8%. Okay, so this one, damages me, but I get a buff out of it. Does it keep going up? Motherfucker, is the damage I'm receiving going up as I go? But the charge... Wait. Okay. I feel like this one's mislabeled. Because why am I taking more damage? I would never want to upgrade this then, because the chance doesn't go up and the ability doesn't go up. If I'm correct here. Okay, I think that one might be weirdly translated. Okay, anywho. Then we have the same ability I think we have, right? Okay, no, that's something else. This one is interesting. Leyline Surge, which is a buff ability. It's a party ability. Everybody gets crit damage to all of abilities. When casting an attack, have a 10% chance to deal 1,000, well, nearly 1,000 fire damage. Not too bad, not too bad. The damage goes up and the crit goes up. Okay. The chance does not go up. Okay, so it stops at 8. Okay, that's not too bad. Leyline Surge. Okay. What is Afterburn? Let's see. Whoops. So Afterburn. This is another passive. When casting a finisher, additionally gain Afterburn. Heal per second. 15% cooldown. No, 15 second cooldown. And deal fire damage equal up to 3 to 5% of the caster's attack. and goes up to 5 meters. First of all, don't care about everything else. The healing randomly for 8 seconds that you can just cast on top of Thunder Pulse if you care that much, but okay. This is a passive, by the way. When that 8 seconds is over, count it with me. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds of downtime before the next heal. Like, actually a sustained monster from what I'm seeing. So I understand why people chose it so far. Because it has survivability once it gets to late game. That's not too bad. Did we go down Flame? Yeah, we did Flame Hurricane. Amber Blast is the next one, which is another charge ability. Wait a minute. Does physical and fire damage after knockback, rapidly move to the target and deal the same damage again. Damn. So it knocks it. So it repositions a monster, then allows you to dash to it. That's interesting. So if you really need to like reposition a boss, you know, to get people out of the radius, that's great. But you yourself will still be trapped in that radius, which is kind of funny. Not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. So basically sacrificing yourself is what it sounds like. So the next one is Shadow Bolt, which after casting every 0.3 seconds and 4.5. What? Let's not skip over the insane cooldown and the mana consumption that does. Teleport to a random enemy within 8 meters from a distinct ground location. So I guess we right click it. We pick the destination is what it sounds like. Then within that we go to a random target. So it's not like you pop it and just randomly move there. But that's not the crazy part. You deal physical damage, lightning damage, and during this you take all incoming damage by negative 500% and are immune to stun. So that's basically, I just thought about it. If you're repositioning an enemy that could, you know, let's say you party wipe or somebody's dragging the enemy to a location you don't like, Flame Burst into Shadow Bolt because you're going to go towards it and, you know, you got to be quick about it. Use that to save yourself. Unless you popped it already, which you shouldn't have unless you're actually in danger. But yeah, pretty interesting. Okay. So it has a lot of DPS and survivability. Well, a lot of AoE DPS. For some reason, I think both classes are AoE DPSs. Well, somewhat for Herald. And do we actually like get to see the rest of what it gets? Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't look at that. So you're exploring this with me. So the next one is Bolt Strike, which, did we go Bolt Strike? I feel like we did. Yeah, we went over Bolt Strike. Nothing's added. Surge and went over Surge. Molten Cyclone. This is something that is new and we did not go over. So let's see what this does. As I'm typing this in. So Molten Cyclone pretty long cooldown. Okay, so it has a lot of long cooldowns. That's another thing. But it does have some skills that are pretty useful for you to wait for those cooldowns. I mean, you have a self-sustain, so, you know, you don't really need to worry about it. So Mosin Cyclone, after popping it, there is a 30% chance to add 8% of the caster's physical damage when attacking. And then there's an 8% chance to gain Cyclone status effect for 3 seconds, which you guys already know the Cyclone passive. Yeah, you can spam the hell out of Phoenix Strike without having to worry about cast time. Insane. Does it change any? Okay, yeah. It goes up from a 10%, well, 8% chance to 10%. Okay. So now we're going to EC. I can't see the rest of that name, so we're just going to call it EC. Yeah, we're just going to use initials for these. So we talked about this, talked about that. And now we have a new skill to talk about, which is EC. Stormfire. So if the target has Conduct by itself, has a 7% chance to apply Armor Melt. But if the target has... Oh, this is a passive. Oh yeah, when you're attacking skills. So it doesn't matter. Basic attacks don't matter. As long as you're attacking with a skill, it applies it. If the target has the status effect of Armor Melt by itself, a chance to add that also comes into play. Eternal Flame. Wait, does this go up? It does, but it doesn't. Oh, the percentage goes up for chances. So that's pretty decent. I keep forgetting that I can just do that as I'm typing. So Stormfire, and this one is Eternal Flame. And Eternal Flame is a buff ability. And what Eternal Flame does is it decreases the speed. Huh? Okay. So decreases your speed by 60%, but you gain all damage reduction by 15%. If the boss doesn't dash or move around, you're face tanking for 8 seconds. Gain self corresponding number of stacks based on own Flame's Might. So if you have Flame Might on as you're using this, you gain movement speed and all damage increase. Additionally applies fire damage by 10% of the physical attack of the user, and this stacks up to 10%. Brother, excuse me? So I have a chance to gain 10% all damage. And I get a little bit more moving speed as long as I have a lot of Flame Might. Honestly, so far the Flame Path seems the best to go, other than the Thunder Path, for Brawler. So that's it's so interesting. What does this increase? At the fuck it does. Decrease all damage by 70%. Increase the damage equal to 20% of the caster's Physical attack stacks up to 10 times, by the way. That's, yeah. I would go Flame Path all the way with Brawler. Okay, so now you have another skill, which is Skyburn combo. Oh, did this change? I think they stopped changing names once you start to get to the ending of it. But anyway, you have Skyburn combo. Let's see what this does. So what this does, it's another charge skill. After casting, deal 2 hits of physical and fire damage, then deals another physical damage and fire damage to the radius around you. Each time damage is dealt, there is a 30% chance to inflict lava charge to self. Brother, this is on an 8-second cooldown. Excuse me? Huh? 30% chance does it go up? No. Only the damage goes up. Does that add anything new once it evolves? No. It doesn't. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So yeah, you start to get less skills when you start to go up. So that's why I kind of wasn't worried about this getting like too long. This is gonna be like a 3-hour video, but I'm here for it because I would love to learn about like all the character skills. I'm kind of like shocked that that this character has so much kit. Okay, so Spark Dash. So let's see. After using Spark Dash, automatically has a 25% chance to cast Thunder Thrust on the target. Status applies for 8 seconds. Hold on a second, because they're playing with my emotions here. Here it is. And then this plays off Pursuit. So there's also another chance. So when you use that ability, you have a chance of hitting this ability. Then that ability has a chance of hitting this. So you're basically chaining abilities together. Okay, so we basically got the first combo character. And I'm not going to lie, we should have just had normal gauntlets. And I'm not talking about like the oversized gauntlets, just normal fist gauntlets or like bandages or something than the claws at this point. Because that would have been like so much cooler. Because, what the fuck? Okay, so Boiling Magma seems to be the last one. And Boiling Magma... let me spell that out. Boiling Magma, when attacking, if a target has Scorch, there is a 30% chance to deal fire equal up to 10% of the user. Not only that, you gain Boiling Magma, which gives 10% crit chance and all damage increase. And all damage increase also means crit damage, by the way. I just want that to be known. that also means crit damage. And this lasts for 3 seconds. So this is a passive, by the way. This is a damn passive. This is a passive. I just want that to sink in that this is a passive. This is a straight up beat him up and walk him down character. Okay, so next is BS. No, it's SB. So SB, Flaming Spirit. Well, Blaze Spirit. Blaze Spirit. Okay, yeah, we're gonna start seeing like none of the evolutions since we're getting close to the end. So Blaze Spirit. I don't even have to write these down because this is the end of Brawler. So Blaze Spirit is a buff, and every time you use a Flame Path skill, it gains cast time. Okay, so it takes a while for it to launch, but it also increases the damage of those skills just because of the cast time, and this lasts up to 15 seconds. That's not half bad, as long as you have rotation. But here's the thing, using it again removes the status effect. So if these charges are taking too long, if you're Quit Finger, you could take it off. If something like is coming immediately, you can counter it by taking it off, then immediately using like a one of your survivability skills. But this also goes down cooldown for like 90 seconds, by the way. So yeah, there's also that. So this would be for like a burst phase. All right, so next we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about this. Talked about this. Talked about this. Talked about that. Talked about this. Aurora Thunder is the next one. I almost wrote it down again. When you this is a pass. How many passes do you have? When using Thunder Stab series of skills, I just realized you didn't write it at the top where it says passives and Thunder Pass. How do you class Thunder Stab series of skills? Is it just anything that you have Thunder wise? I guess anything that's DPS Thunder wise counts as that series, right? That would be my guess. When using Thunder Stab series, there is a 10% chance to deal damage, physical damage, and lightning damage to all enemies within an 8-meter radius, and a 30% chance to inflict the target with conductive. Okay, interesting. This actually has a gnarly ass icon. Let's see, it's another passive. It's another passive. What? When using the Solar Stomp, there is a 50% chance to gain Volcanic Flare. Volcanic Flare increases Thunder Path skills by 10%. When using a Thunder Path skill, there is a 30% chance to gain Conduct. This lasts up to 5 seconds. Okay, that's it for Brawler. Let's go to Herald. Because my mind, god dang, brother. Okay. My first impressions on Flame Brawler, insane. But I haven't chosen that one. But I want you guys to let me know. Is Brawler worth it? How are you enjoying Brawler? What are the perks of it and what are the like cons of it? I'm kind of curious to know what other people feel like, because I'm making it sound like it's like actually like really destructive, but for those who've actually played the character, I want to know your opinion on it, because I'm actually curious. I'm not sure how the character itself plays. So is it tough? Does it have a rotation? Tell us the rotation so other people can learn it. You never know if you can get into like a dungeon with somebody and they need to know the pathing, the combo. Give us the details on it. How do you feel about it so far? So Storm Herald, we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. So SH, we went over this. Oh wait, hold up. Let me bring that back up because we went over the basics. I'm gonna delete all of Brawler's stuff, but we're gonna keep the basic stuff that we went over. SH. So we have Elemental Totem, which is our passive. Anytime we use a Thunder Path. Oh yeah, we're more of support class. I forgot about that. This passive does not increase at all. This is just our basic passive. Whenever using Thunder skills, we gain Wind protection. Whenever we use Frost Path skills, we gain Water protection. So, Wind protection is movement speed and evasion, while Water protection is healing every 2 seconds by 1% of our physical attack. Honestly, now that I think about it, with just this passive, and we're adding on to a Brawler that's already in a party with us, playing off of each other, you get more evasion too. So if you have the Brawler doing DPS while we are stacking this, it's actually not half bad towards like a combo team. You know, if like a couple's going around and, you know, wants to actually like fight like that, I mean, having 2 of these is not that bad of an idea just off of that passive. Okay, then we have Tide Smash. Tide Smash. Level 1, which is our charge ability, which deals... Oh, this is 2 seconds? I didn't even realize. Oh, go right there. Into my rotation. Well, my fast rotations. And also... Well, no, I'll see it at the end. Okay, so... Tide Smash. Is another charge point ability. I deal physical and ice damage, and I also gain healing value increase. So healing value increases healing that is going out to... So let's say the passive is healing everybody within a radius every 2 seconds. That right there is being increased by this. As long as I keep tied up, everybody should be getting healed. This is an instacast too, so I should always be having this up. And it should always be a 5 stack, especially if I'm healing. So I'm probably going to separate this as I get more skills. I'm going to have like a ice tab, then I'm going to alt. Wait, was it control 2 or alt 2? Shift 2? Oh, shift 2. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do shift 1 and shift 2 and separate these for Thunder Path and not in Frost Path. I'm just gonna have to like learn that. And the more I do it, the more I'm gonna learn. Jesus, just notification heaven over here. But anyway. What? That just went down and it just gained something else. Or was that left out? I think this was left out, right? No, it wasn't. Okay, so at level 2, we gain Tide Surge. Wait. Am I good? Okay, no, I think they may have left that out. Because it's kind of weird to just randomly evolve a skill later on. But anywho, after 5 charges, you gain the charge. Well, the surge. You know, I didn't check this. So if I gain 5 charges. This is a good thing to test. Oh god, I ran out of minions. No! Damn it. Okay, hold on. So if I gain 5 charges, then gain another 5 charges. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to gain that again within that amount of seconds because the cooldown. Okay, so now, never mind. Okay, so I was thinking to myself, if I gain another 5 charges after that, will it wait until the cooldown's done, then automatically apply it still? But no, that's not how it's gonna work. Anywho, when casting a recovery or buff skill, the caster gains Tide. New Tide restores the target's HP to 5 times the physical attack, and chains 4 times to the allied target with the lowest HP. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So yeah, we're basically a sub healer or a side healer. As long as we're doing that. That's actually interesting. So what goes up? Just the damage? Yep, just the damage so far. Oh no, okay, I see what they did. Yeah, it left out extra information. Because it does it here too. To where it just cuts out that information again. So yeah, I was right. They just kind of butchered it. So this applies to everything. So let's see. Nothing goes up but damage. 15 seconds. 5 times. Okay, so it goes from 5 times to 5%. So they meant 5%. It goes up by 5%. It heals for 5% of the physical attack. Okay, so just saying, this is a common thing with X Legends. Sometimes their translation is kind of shifty. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna also put in a new name too. Cleave. Okay, so Thunder Totem. Thunder Totems, like all the totems, are 10 HP. I think they're basically a one shot. I mean, the Tree of Life also has like, I think, what was it, like 3k, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, HP, and it can also be basically one shotted by anything because it just doesn't have armor. It just takes full damage. So I'm pretty sure the totems also take full damage. So don't get attached to your totems, because I guess we can test it too. Ah, well, not if you're all the way over there. Oh, do totems not? Oh, do totems not have aggro? Oh. Well, so they would only die off of AoEs. And it only matters for totem placements. Oh. Totems don't have aggro. So Malice Reduction would do nothing. That's interesting to know. Okay, so totems don't have aggro. That's a good thing to test. Okay, so Thunder Totem. After casting it, every 2 seconds it deals electric damage from 8 meters around the totem for 30 seconds, then they disappear. The damage goes up as you go. Let's see. Does it evolve? Does it do anything else? Oh, it has a 10% chance to inflict conduct. Okay. Okay, not too bad, honestly. Then it transforms to Storm Totem. I hope the designs change as you do level these up. I mean, other summons do change design-wise when they evolve through skills. So I'm hoping to keep that theme. Because that would be very sad if they took it away. Okay, so at max level, it does... Oh, it starts to do... So it jumps from dealing this, then start to work off the caster's damage. So this becomes way stronger late game. Okay, that's not half bad, because I was thinking to myself, it's not doing that much damage. But once you get to like level, once you get to like level 85, it starts to kick in. It starts to kick up. It actually becomes relevant later on. Healing Totem. Healing Totem could also be interesting depending on what it gets, because I know it has something else to it. I'm pretty sure. That makes it another good like sub healer. I just forgot what it was on. Okay, so healing increase. This heals every 2 seconds around a 10-meter radius. So as long as they're within 10 meters, it's good. That actually jumps decently high when you start going down. Oh. Huh? I don't remember seeing that. Oh yeah, because I looked at the surface of it. I just looked at these and didn't right click and look at the rest of it. So you automatically gain the target automatically gains Healing Tide, which Healing Tide increases max HP and healing received by 5 times for 8 seconds. Smile. So that's that. Okay, so this is definitely a lot better with the healer, if anything, because you're increasing the heals that people take in as well, while also increasing their HP. So healers who heal by a percentage of HP, or needs a lot more of that tankiness in their HP, makes it a lot better. So it doesn't change or anything. It just, well, the name changes to Healing Tide. So it keeps healing to flat. It doesn't go to percentage or anything like that. It just stays flat heals, which does suck. But at the same time, we got to remember that we're increasing our healing value, which doesn't need. Yeah, we're increasing our healing value with Smash and with High Smash and this. So honestly, that would probably start scaling crazily if they did add like percentage. So yeah. Okay, so the next one is this one, which works with your totem, and you have to have this totem out to be able to use it, which is Leyline Gush. That disgusts me to say that. Leyline Gush. Hell, I never liked to say gushers. But this one, oh yeah, I should look at cooldowns right quick. Okay, 2-second cooldown, 5-second cooldown. So I can keep spamming totems. Wait, oh. So only Thunder Totem has a cooldown. You can keep placing. Yeah, you can just keep placing the Healing Totem. It doesn't matter as long as it... Okay, well then, that's interesting. But anywho, Gush is an interesting one because after casting it on your Frost Totem, every second restores up to 5 allies within. So it only 5 allies that are within the radius. I guess it prioritizes who was in first, or maybe the HP wise. It doesn't really say, or we know. But the insane part is the yellow that's down there. You gain Leyline Guardianship, and this can last up to a max of 8 seconds. And what this does, it reduces damage taken, stackable up to 3 times, which is 9% damage reduction. Remember that we have a Brawler that already takes a lot less of damage reduction, and we're adding on to it as we do this as well. So like I said, that combo between both Brawlers, both the Brawler and the Herald, is actually very good. It's weird because they basically created a synergy. Oh wait, at 3 it automatically becomes percentage based? Damn. Okay, so it doesn't go up beyond that. So I'm guessing we're gonna gain a different ability for it. So yeah, if you want to be mostly a support main, you can build support through Frost and just, you know, become a casual damage dealer and just become like a sub heal. Okay, then we have our party buff, which gives us a 10% chance to deal additional normal damage with lower damage to target, which, what? It just increases chance. Hopefully we have a second party ability, because I don't think I would actually care for if my teammate actually used that. But anyway, I guess we should put this in there, but since it levels up and it'll be shown in the next characters, what the next classes. Okay, so next is Frost Burst. Wait, huh, bitch? Okay, so does weakness work on bosses? If I remember correctly, weakness does work on bosses. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure weak does work on bosses. But I think at like late game, it stops working. To a certain degree, I think it has to be like very high. But anyway, after casting it, deal damage around you up to 8 meters and apply weak, which lowers physical attack. But the most important part is that it lowers 30% physical defense, and also deals tick damage over time. Like I said, another reason it gives synergy. I'm just saying, dude, that's another ability that gives synergy between both of the classes, which is already absurd. Okay, so it does start jumping up to 8. Up, and it added something. Okay, so after it applies the weak, at the same time have a 30% chance to what? Has a 30% chance to deal the damage, physical damage, and also deal fire damage again. Is that a typo? Fire damage. Where did fire damage come from? From a frost? Oh, Nova part. But anyway, and it gains the target granted freeze 8, and freeze honestly is a very, very good status effect, because that basically chunks off a little bit of that enemy's HP. Like I said, I'm not sure if it works on bosses or anything, but they gain that max HP and max mana back, but they're still missing that percent. So they would still have to heal that percentage, that like empty percent that left back, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Frost Nova, just applying freeze is actually really damn good. I might say even on like mobs, that's actually like really good. 15-second cooldown also. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. And increases the chance of it to happen as well. Okay, no, that fire damage stays. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, and then we get the golden skill. Little golden goose skill, bruh. We can also reset our cooldowns too. If it comes to it. 300 seconds. I haven't really seen anything that requires that cooldown though, because everything has been very low cooldown so far. I guess we'll say that once we see like a 90 second one. Okay, so WM is next. Wave Mender. So we talked about this, we talked about this, we talked about that, talked about that, we talked about this. Totem Charge. So this is a passive. Okay, so Totem Charge. Let me right click it. Okay, so Totem Charge is by itself. So you get all attack increased by +1. Well, not +1, +3. The heal value is increased by +5, which makes us way better healers again. When using a skill, there's a 10% chance that you are granted Totem Charge. When stacked up to 5 layers of Totem Charge, yeah, when stacked up to 5 layers of Totem Charge, so just basically having 5 stacks. They switch between layers and stacks very often when translations. I don't know why, but yeah, 5 stacks of Totem Charge transforms the status effect into Totem Strike, which lasts up to 30 seconds. When summoning Thunder Totem, anything centered around it will gain physical damage and lightning damage within a 10-meter radius and inflict conduct. When you have a Frost Totem, it will heal by 8% of the caster's attack. So you'll have both of them up anyway. You should have both of them up at all times anyway. I don't think there should be a time where you don't have both totems up when fighting. Unless an AoE like wipes them out, then, but still it's a low cooldown, you should still have them up. So within the radius, and then gain self-tied 2. Oh, according to the number of targets healed for a whole minute. So, damn, that's not too bad, honestly, playing around totems. But the thing is, the Frost Totem needs more people to heal, though. So I'm wondering if it's going to count the Lightning Totem as a healed target, though. It says up to 5 friendly targets. So I wasn't thinking about the fact that Totem might count, that the Frost Totem might count the Lightning Totem. So that's technically 4 people. No, actually, if I have Necromancer, that's more targets. If I have a Necromancer, that's more friendly targets, then somebody would be missing out on a heal. And then that wouldn't be my problem. That would be somebody else's problem. You figured out. I placed the totem down, you ran your minions into it. You know, that's your problem to deal with. Okay, so the next ability is Icebreaker Fist. And Icebreaker Huh, wait, hold on. That range, 8 meters and 3 meters wide. Is this a cone effect? Oh no, it's a straight line. Okay, so it's another charge ability. So another charge ability after casting, deal physical damage, ice damage to all enemies in a cone. Well, I keep saying cone because of the wide, but of a straight line in the area. Inflict the target with ice break effect, which increases the crit damage they take and ice reduction. This stacks up to 5 times. This is good for, like I said, again, I'm going to keep saying it, it's good synergy with another, brawler. So, because you're increasing crit damage as they have crit chance, so synergy between those two is actually kind of crazy. So this increases the damage. It doesn't add anything new until I got here to Glacial. Let me make sure I type in Glacial Shatterfist. Okay, so Glacial Shatterfist. Oh, it also gives Tide too to yourself. So let's make sure we remember what Tide is. Where is it? Tide 2 also increases the heal value. And as I'm doing that, I'm also giving the chance to heal everyone again with a chain heal. So just keep that in mind. So that's not terrible. So it doesn't go to Tide 3 or anything like that. So, okay. I don't even know if there is a Tide. Wait, is there? Okay, no, it's only Tide 2. Okay. Had to make sure. Since I'm using the class. Okay, so... Oh. So this is an effect I don't see very often. So first of all, excuse me. Okay, so heavily that's a long ass name also. I was about to skip over that until I reread it. Heavily Punishments Thunder Surge. So this is a weird one because that radius is freaking 20 meters around the center of the location that you pick, and inflicts the debuff, and the debuff lowers 40% of attack speed and 50% of movement speed. First of all, I'm more stuck on the radius, brother. That is far. Actually, I think that might be the largest skill so far in the game now. If anybody knows any skill that's larger than 20 meters, I'm pretty sure there isn't. Well, damage-wise, baby. Okay, so does this transform? This goes from punishment to wrath. No, the buff only goes up to 8. Wait. Okay, so now it talks about casting within 1 second. Whoa, wait a minute. That's weirdly phrased. Because it doesn't say how long this lasts now. Because it goes from this to this, and it says every 0.3 seconds to all targets within the radius. Is that just phrasing difference that they... Does this last for a certain amount of seconds now? I don't know. Okay, that's a weirder one. If anybody knows about this one, like, does it have a duration to where it stays, or does it just pop and that's it? Like, they just went over detailed in it. I feel like they over detailed that one. Oh, we get a new totem. Hold on. Okay, so this is the second. Okay, so there's two totems for both. There is the thunder totem, and then there's this totem as well. Then there's the healing totem, and there's another totem for that. So you have to choose between what totems you want to like actually throw out there. But anyway, the other totem actually might be a lot better than the frost totem, because you can still use this and heal. Because I feel like the other heal is kind of overkill, but I guess the guardianship would actually work with that. But anyway, so Gale totem, you gain evasion and accuracy, and this stacks up to 5 times, I believe. When attacking, there is a 20% chance to deal additional damage. You know, I always wondered, somebody let me know, does the chance also stack as well? Because I didn't think about that until now. If anybody knows, does that stack as well? Does chance stack? This effect lasts 3 seconds. Okay, yeah. Okay, so just randomly go. Okay, so I'm not tweaking. The translators are kind of weird on this. They just randomly go detailed out of nowhere. Okay, so chance goes up. So I'm guessing that it wouldn't stack chance, because then it would go over 100% chance, right? Is what it sounds like. Okay, so now it starts going up at... Yeah, once it gets to 3, then it goes up by 1. I mean, it doesn't matter towards like just +1 evasion. I already have like a party skill that... Wait, no, was it a party skill that gave evasion, or was it something else? Oh no, it's just wind guard. It's just my passive. Yeah, my passive just gives evasion to my allies either way. Oh no, to myself. No, to allies. I was right. No, it just... So that's just more evasion I'm adding on from that. Then the 30%. So this gives to allies as well. So like I said, this is synergy. And not only that, somebody could also add a conduct, since both classes can add conduct, can play off each other and just keep conducting over and over and over, and just wiping out a whole bunch of enemies in an AoE. So you guys can just AoE run together, stacking up enemies, then just go all out, delete them. If I'm wrong about any of this, just call me out and let me know, because this is just going off like theory and mind. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about the Storm Totem, Healing Tide. Lightning Barrier is a new one. Thunderous Bear. Okay, translation. So when we read this stuff, take it with a grain of salt. Because just take it with a grain of salt. So I guess I'm just gonna call it lightning / thunderous barrier. I guess. Okay. So let's just call it thunderous because that actually sounds a lot more unique. So thunderous barrier. Wait. Oh. Okay, just making sure nothing was weird and then just like went to a whole different skill since it was named differently. But anyway, thunderous barrier can charge. Okay, so it's a charge ability after casting at the center of the lightning totem. So whenever you cast it, it's talking about it automatically goes and points to the totem. You don't have to actually cast it on the totem or target the totem. As long as the totem's up, it uses it on the totem. So just so you know, it deals damage and it deals additional damage and every second. Oh, for 5 seconds. Okay, I didn't see the 5 seconds. But yeah, it deals additional damage of physical and lightning every second for 10 meters. So the damage does go up. Does it turn into percentage? Okay, so then it changes to lightning barrier. Oh, okay. This was there way earlier and I missed it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I skipped over it. That's why. Okay, might be, bro. Might be. That threw me off. Okay, so yeah, anywho. Lightning barrier. Gives conduct. Oh no, we didn't skip over this. I just went through it again by mistake. It's a good thing I went over it because I could explain, you know, the whole placing and barrier thing, using ability centered. When they say centered around a totem, they're telling you that wherever the totem is, it casts that spell. So I take back the whole, you know, translator thing. Might be. So ride like the wind. Ride like the wind, bullseye. Really? Is that what we're going off of? I like it. Picasso. So when casting this skill, yourself and allies within 10 meters. Oh, this is a passive. Okay, that passive, okay. Okay, so yeah, when casting a ability, so any ability gives you a 20% chance to cast on yourself and allies. I'm happy that it's not just for allies and they're thinking about your character too. But your allies have to be within 10 meters, so you have to know what 10 meters is in the game. So, ride like the wind. Movement speed and attack speed and cast speed. Stacks up to 3 times and lasts for 10 seconds. So 3%, that's not bad. Additionally, you gain for yourself cast speed up to 3 times. So you can get 30% cast speed. So that's great for us. So we mainly get the buff for ourselves so we can be selfish. And we have an incentive to cast the ability to give it to everybody else as well. So that's not too bad. Okay, it does go up in movement speed. Then it goes up into... That's a weird way to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. Then it goes up into movement speed. Yeah, that's a very odd way to do that. Then it stops there, to where it gives that +1 movement speed. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good as long as you're attacking with skills. Yeah, as long as you're using your skills, you get this. Another support for yourself. Okay, so we were like right through right like the wind. Okay, so we get another passive ability. Ooh, hold on a second. When casting a finishing skill, additionally gain the effect crystal armor. Whoops, crystal armor. So this gives you more of a reward when you start doing your skills instead of like holding on to it, because I know a lot of people who did definitely hold on to their gauge a lot instead of using it and always use it for a crucial moment. Now this gives you more incentive to actually use it, because all damage reduction for yourself, and you deal ice damage equal up to your physical attack to a target, and this lasts up to 6 seconds. And it goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. So by the time it's done, you would have 4 seconds of downtime. So you just hope you don't get hit by anything big that just happens after that. Okay, so let's see. Does it go down? Does it increase? Yeah, increase by 1. Increase by 1. Oh, the damage is also increasing too. So it only... Okay, so it stops there. Supernova. Am I tweaking? Was that both? So Frost Nova 1, and this is just Frost Nova. Why are there 2 Frost Novas? Is this also at? Yeah, this is also at 68. Okay, so I think that's a bug. That has to be a bug, right? This one, no, this one applies weakness. But this one also applies freeze. I think that's a bug. I feel like this should be something else. Wait, no, this is... Frost Path Flow? Has it been saying that? No, nothing else has flow in it. Is it a bug? Around the target for 8 meters, around the target for 8 meters. Okay, no, I think I think it is duped. It has to be duped. I'm pretty sure it's duped. Because that's weird to have 2 of the same names. But okay. Anywho, Healing Totem. So this is the one that was interesting to me. Oh, never mind. 180 seconds. So never mind. This wouldn't be better. This would be like a crucial moment to use. So Healing Totem. Every second, randomly remove a negative debuff on all ally units within 10 meters of the totem for 8 seconds. Only 1 frost totem can be alive, so you would literally have to... Oh, I don't think you can kill your totem at all, actually. Does this replace that totem? I think it does replace that totem. I know you can have both. I know you can have both a frost totem and a thunder totem up. So I think using Healing Totem might just replace the other totem. If anybody knows this, let me know down in the comments too, because I'm pretty sure this would replace it, because you're basically summoning something new. Yeah, I don't think it would stop you, which it shouldn't. It should automatically kill the healing totem and summon this removing debuff totem. What was that other totem name? Because it sounds weird when I call it healing totem. Oh no, that is healing totem. So, wait, what? So this is healing totem, and this is healing totem. So I'm not tweaking. They're both named healing totem. Shouldn't this be... No, this should be cleansing totem. X-Legend, change this to cleansing totem. So having two totems with the same name is kind of confusing, because if people are in the comms, they're saying drop the healing totem, then somebody just thinks, oh, it's an actual healing totem, let me heal. and they're meaning the cleansing totem. That kind of conflicts. Let's change that to cleansing. That'll be a lot better. Maybe it's supposed to be cleansing, but either way, it should the cleansing totem should take over from the healing totem and just desummon the healing totem, and the cleansing totem takes over. Okay, we talked about that one. And now we have Gale Blade. Oh, did we get a long ability? When attacking... Oh, excuse me. Had a burp. Frost Gale Blade. When attacking, additionally apply ice damage equal up to 50%. 15% of the caster's damage. And it has a 15% chance to Tide Cleave on the target for 30 seconds. This lasts up to 30 seconds. Let's go back to Tide. Tide Cleave. What was Tide Cleave? Tide Cleave was Tide Smash. So it would be this one. So 15% chance to do this. Which is decent. That's not too bad. So it will automatically pop it for you. And if I remember correctly, it would use that skill and it would still go on cooldown for 2 seconds. So you just wouldn't have to hit that button for that. It just becomes the automatic thing. Okay, so now we're on to TP. Dang, bro, 2-hour video. I might leave in my retakes just for the funnies. Who knows? But oh crap, stop moving. We went over these. Now we have another passive. Every totem the caster has. Oh, each totem grants the caster totem infusion every 1 second. So every 1 second I gain physical attack and physical defense. And this stacks up to 15 times and lasts up to 2 seconds. Like I said, there should always be totems up when you're fighting. There should be no reason that you don't have a totem up. So this only goes up twice. Oh, didn't it? Oh, it evolves. Then you gain heal value with it too. Then it stacks up to 20 times. That is great. That is actually very good. Okay. Hold on. Totem infusion? Oh god, please don't. Oh no, I just realized. I remembered something. Tomes. Tomes. Please don't let it be a tome. I forgot tomes existed. So tomes are basically, if you're new, tomes are basically little things that these little scrolls that drop from certain enemies, and it's like a very, very specific enemy that you got to go out and find and farm it until it drops that item. I totally forgot totems existed, and I wish they would mark it as a tome item. And I'm pretty sure this is probably a tome item. I wouldn't even put it past them. That definitely feels like a tome item, because it's typically passives that are locked behind it. Okay, so Ripple Ward, man, these tongue twisters are fucking hitting me. So once cast, it heals allies within 8 meters of the target. 8 meters of the target. Oh, so if I target somebody and use it, it restores 30% of the caster's attack and then chains on to others. Then it also gives me the ward, which stacks up to 5 times. Also gives me all defense. So I'm pretty sure damage reduction also counted as all defense. Somebody let me know, because I'm pretty sure that does count as that. And all crit damage, rather it's physical, magic, crit damage, whichever, stacks up to 5 times for 8 seconds. Damn, son. But here's the thing. Ripple stacks up to 5 times. I can only use Ripple Ward after like every 6 seconds. So is this because of the chaining? Or is this because of... I feel like it might be chaining, because it chains between each other. It's either that, or there's another skill that automatically gives this as well. So this goes up by 1. Then gives Ripper Ward 2, which gains 5% all defense and crit. First off, 25% defense increase and crit damage increase is crazy. Like late game bullying. Almost. So, Black Ice Spike is the cast. Can be cast up to 5 meters. It's a range ability. And it's a charge skill. 5-second cooldown, so that's not too bad. It's the cast. Physical attack and ice damage to the target. If the target has Ice Break on it, then each stack of Ice Break deals an additional ice damage between that, and it immobilizes the target for 1 second. So that's not too bad, honestly. So you would want to also keep using Icebreaker along with this. Kind of weird, it's a range ability too. Let me put this down because it seems like it's going to go into the last one. So, Black Ice Spike. Does it add anything? Nope, it doesn't add anything. It just increases damage. Okay. Okay, then there's Cleave, then there's Shatter, then we talked about that. Then we talked about Supernova, then there is 1,000 Resonance. Oh, 1,000 Crystal Resonance. Okay, so this one is going... Oh, Cooldown 3 seconds. It's a buff. Okay, so what does this buff do? When casting an attack skill, has a chance of 15% chance of using. Wait, what? When casting an attack skill, so it needs attack skills, there is a 15% chance to use Ice Totem as the center of attack. So whatever, so you would want to fight over your totems when using this, because then the Ice Totem will be able to attack with this and use a physical and ice attack, and then there's a 50% chance to inflict ice break status. So, okay. My bad. My brain is also trying to process all this. Okay, so it goes up to 20%. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. There's that. Nether Frost. Passive. Okay, so we have another passive. When using Frost Path skills, there is a 30% chance the target inflicted with Nether Frost Sigil. If the target already has the sigil, then detonate and reset. Huh? What does it mean, detonate? It didn't explain anything after detonate. So when I put on the Frost Sigil, it deals 3% damage over. It's basically in like an ice dot damage that we do. But what does it mean by detonate? That's the thing that's confusing me. It didn't explain anything about detonate. Honestly, so far I can see why people chose Brawler, because it seems like Brawler has a lot more in its kit so far. Yeah, it seems like Brawler has a lot more in his kit. But hold on. I mean, and plus, if you're interested in DPS and what seemingly seems like soloing, Brawler seems better. But if you're interested in playing with like a supportive, or like a slower pace, you're trying to chill a little bit more, then Herald will be a lot better for you. It just depends on your playstyle. Okay, so next, we talked about this, we talked about that, we talked about these. Surging Tide, we did not talk about. Okay, so Surging Tide is a party. What? Heal increase recede by 4%, and when you are hit, you recover HP. This goes on a cooldown for 1 second. So every 1 second, you get a whoa. We gotta remember that we're also still getting heal received from other things in heal value. As long as we're keeping up heal value and something gets hit, we're probably gonna heal for at least like 2,000 for 2,000. And if we're keeping up the rotation, it probably could be 3. This party skill is actually really damn good, because it helps with sustain, and it takes off a lot of stress from healers, from what I'm seeing. Because like I said, we're giving more heal received than what is necessary. But that's also still good, because that, like I said, takes off the stress, and it depends on synergy. Holy hell, dude. Okay. And we also got to remember that Brawler has their own built-in heal as well, and we're also increasing the heal they receive. Like I said, synergy between the two is actually insane. Okay, so next, holy brother, we talked about that. We didn't talk about this. Okay, so Aura Shatter. Wait, did I miss one? I think I did miss one. Yeah, this one. Let's see. Frostpath abilities get their damage increased by 10%. And water protection additionally inflicts the target with water veil armor. Huh? Wait, whoa. Time out. Damage reduction reduced by 700%. Stacks up to 5 times for 5 seconds. Huh? So it'll be my brain, excuse me? Yeah? Brother, that is a lot of damage reduction. So yeah, you would definitely need a good rotation towards endgame. Like, no doubt about it. You would need a good rotation to keep up so many of the buffs. That is... Well, damn, son. Alright. Dude, both classes are actually pretty insane in their own right. Another charge skill. After casting, the target becomes the center. That's a way better phrasing than centered. The phrasing you've been using. That's a lot easier for people to understand. All enemies within a 6-meter radius take physical and ice damage, then take physical and ice damage. Well, no, takes physical and ice damage, then takes physical and lightning damage again, while also inflicting the Aurora Shatter. And Aurora Shatter reduces the movement speed and evasion when attacked. Additionally, deal ice damage, and there's a 15% chance to inflict conduct or ice break. Huh. That has a lot of kit to it, and I like it. Okay, we went over that. We did not go over this. This is another passive. But this doesn't have anything else to it. No. Okay, so when using thunder skills, there is a 20% chance centered on you. Grants all enemies. Oh no, we gotta rub my eye right quick. Grants all enemies thunderous. I'm just gonna say thunderous while I'm rubbing my eyes. And conductive also resets the cooldown of thunder strike skills to 0. Wait, hold on a second. Excuse me? So I'm guessing it would reset lightning strike and thunder stab, and also bolt strike. So pretty much any DPS attacking skill that we have gets reset off of this. First of all, that it takes away their evasion and their attack speed and their cast speed for 5 seconds. Then it gives 2, which increases that by 5%. While the cast speed is 50%. That's okay. All right. Wow. Oh, then there's this skill. Is this a passive? This is another passive. Each time the Leyline Gush series is... You should just say each time the Leyline Gush skill. It's just because series, there is no series. Then this says flowing. So is the Ice Nova flow part of it? Confusion. But anyway, each time the Gush skill is used, additionally apply Leyline Resonance, which gives crit chance by 5% and crit damage by 8%, stacks up to 3 times for 5 seconds. Like I said, synergy. Because you're going to keep giving the Brawler crit damage, and they're going to be able to keep proccing that skill that went off of crit damage. Brother, this is insane. Like, holy crap. I don't think I've ever seen like a class have this much synergy in the game so far. I'm surprised the world boss hasn't came over here and one-shotted the hell out of me for just standing here. But yeah, dude, that's something. Okay, so out of that, we were supposed to also check out the weapons. The skills on the weapons. Weapons. So we have blue, we have orange. So let's see. Can we just type in Spirit Claw? No, they're called something else. Can you not? Oh, for fuck's sake. We got that this activates when you type in, when you like control other things. Let's go over here somewhere. Find Dash. Dash should be a safe area. Or safe-ish. Don't think the boss is going to show up. But, anywho. What's the weapon called again? Ritual Blade? I think they should be the last ones, right? Nope. Thought we'd be able to see him. Holy crap. I don't think it has that advanced searching as I'm like thinking. Yeah, it doesn't have that advanced searching to where you can just like change tags or anything like that, which I wish they did. So I would literally have to physically search through all of these, which should show up because I'm pretty sure they're all supposed to be together. There's Ninja, there's... Hold on. Wait, what? It'd be very rude if you attack me out of nowhere. Did I pass him? I think I might have passed him. It's kind of weird because you would think they would be part of the latest ones. You're walking closer to me. You're gonna definitely try and fight me. Why? I knew it. Why? Why? Stop this. Stop this silliness. God dang it, you activate that, you douche. Okay, yeah, I think they're deeper down, which is, like I said, kind of weird. Because I see the ninja ones. Are they not showing up inside of Okay, there's some of our relics though. Oh no. Whoa. Okay, so lightning resist damage to all class? Pin damage to all class? Damage against all class spirits? Okay, hold on a second, because this is the thing I have been wondering. What is this whole spirit situation that's going on? Because that's another thing. Oh, well, this is a PvP reward, but yeah, they need to separate these. Because this is weird. Okay, here's one. This is through sprite crafting. When using a basic attack, there's a chance to perform an additional basic attack. Oh! Huh? Okay. This one gives movement speed and melee attack speed. Okay, those are good. All class. Okay, that's sprite stuff. Don't care for that. So we might need to go. Yeah, keep going up. Wait, crap. Where is it? Okay, so this gives more HP, so more tank. This gives cost reduction, which is actually pretty good too. I wish everything was together for that class, or easier to search through the filter that's at the top, you know. Okay, we're gonna go up until we see another one. Okay, here it is. Reduce threats, but also gain some HP and agility. This one gives resist, but the stats on it are a lot better for my class. Oh, there it is. Another sprite crafting. When hit, there is a chance to trigger your weapon's ability. Oh! That's actually really good. This effect has a 12-second cooldown though. But that's also still good though. Especially if your weapon has a chance, you're adding on another 10% chance that that weapon activates. Okay, here's this goes. Some movement speed increase. Okay, so we're going down now to the bigger ones. I gotta keep an eye on the skills though. This doesn't have a cooldown too, so that's actually really good, especially if you get that attack speed going. Oh, I didn't see the other one. Attack speed, and then this one is damage increase. So both of them. Wait, can you apply it to? No, that's accessory slot. Do those count as 2 relics? But either way, that's both of them are good. I would honestly take attack speed. I need to keep an eye out because it's gonna start getting to where I can't use certain ones, and it's gonna keep it red. Okay, so here's another one. Oh wait, no, it's not gonna keep it red because I'm gonna be able to use it through all of them. So this one generates 30% less threat, increase my attack speed. When using basic attacks, I have a hold on a second. This one's way stronger. 20% chance to activate weapon skills. So that makes me wonder what the weapon skills are like. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to inflict lightning damage. Stacks up to 3 times. Wait, what? What is it stacking? Is it stacking like the chance of it to activate, or is it? Also, wait a minute. Why do relics have durability? I just realized that. Why the hell do relics have durability? That's not right. Wait a minute. Why do relics have durability? Explain that to me. I don't think I've ever seen relics. Hold on. Is this a new thing? Because OG, I don't think relics have durability. Can you upgrade? Can you like +1 and 2 and everything these relics now? Or is there something going on? Because that doesn't make any sense. That ain't sense to me. Somebody explain that one to me. Okay, here's the other one. When attacking, there is a 10% chance to deal. Okay, so that's the same thing, but with crit chance. But that one doesn't explain well. Okay, this is Berserker stuff. That's Berserker stuff. Warlord, Destroyer. This is Paladin. Templar. Assassin, Ranger. Archer, Assassin, Shinobi, don't care. That's healers, druids and everything. Wizards, warlocks, shikigamis. Oh, ninja. Kind of funny how it's just named Stealth. Engineer. I might not edit this video because it's very long, so I'm gonna keep in the parts where I have to do retakes. Anytime I mess up. Okay, here we go. Here's the claws. Okay. So the claws are like way out there. It's a whole different thing. These are accessories. No, but really, am I tweaking? I don't remember. I don't remember relics having durability. I might be tweaking. So this one has. Oh, that's the one I put in there. That's why it's saying aggro. So the next one is movement speed and has, when attacking, there's a chance that the weapon's ability will activate. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, I see what it is. It's the weird translation thing again. So this is the weapon's ability itself. This gives dot damage. Okay. That was confusing me. Somebody's gonna probably say it out in the comments, and then I get to this, and they're just like, "Oh, never mind. He figured it out." But anyway, crit chance, decent. That's more for brawlers. You know what's weird? I just realized. Us having 2 weapons. It's gonna be a huge gap between each of them. And if the next one you get isn't the one you want for your character, it's gonna be kind of weird. Excuse me. So +9 accuracy, pretty good, because like I said, you're gonna be, like I said before, you're gonna be missing a lot when it comes to Grand Fantasia. Especially if they're like the same level of you. Oh god, there's near me. He respawned. What NPC is over here? Blacksmith. I mean, I don't lose XP if I die. It's just be very annoying. I gotta go to this person anyway for the next stuff. But like I said before, if you guys want an actual like series of me leveling up and going through with this character, leave a like and let me know if you guys want to see that. And I'll upload a video now and then. Okay, this is PvP stuff. PvP. Back to PvE stuff. This has no additional stuff added to it, and that's through crafting. That's weird. Huh. Hold on, did durability get nerfed? Why do I feel like it was higher than that? Anyway. So this one has a chance to do a 2-hit combo off of basic attacks. Damn. 15% chance to activate. Okay, I kind of, now that I understand how the weapon phrasing is, I kind of like it that they also give us the cooldown details. Because I didn't even, because maybe it's a new thing for Origin that there's cooldown. Or maybe it's different for either one. Oh, somebody came by and defeated it as soon as it spawned. Funny. But anyway, somebody's just literally sitting there keeping track. I wonder, is the DB up? Did they have a database for Origin? I don't know if that's the thing. But it gives Plague 4, which is the lower the healing in, I think, attack speed, right? Or was, no, I think it was casting speed, right? Something along that line. This one gives a chance of additional hits. Oh, both of these give a chance of additional hits. So this one gives accuracy. This one gives damage. This one gives physical crit chance and damage, so that's good for a flame one. This one gives attack speed, so that would be good for either one. Physical attack would be great for either one, but would mostly be great for Herald, just so we can give more heals. Reduce. Oh crap. Okay, so reduce evasion and increase the damage taken from crit damage. Reduce movement speed. I don't think I would ever be using that one unless damage. This one I would be using because the thunder damage and attack and physical attack. I would mostly definitely want this one for the attack speed. When attacking, there's a chance to afflict. There's a 20% chance to afflict. Okay. So now we can actually see armor. Everything that's past purple and yellow, like, well, actually, yeah, purple and red doesn't matter because you need your own crystals for it. So it really doesn't matter. So all you would pay attention to is orange and yellow towards like different skills. So which one's this? This added damage to your Thunder series. The next armor adds, hi, excuse me, adds X strength, HP, and vitality, which adds more HP. Okay, that would be good for me then. Okay, so there's a different set for both of them. That's 20. Then you get it. Oh, that's the level 30 set. So I'd be using that for a while. Okay, then they start to go down their own paths with their own sets. So let's see. Flame gets this one. Wait, no, that's arena stuff. I don't really care about arena stuff. You guys can read it if you want, if you're interested in arena. I am not. Oh no, okay, so they still get their own sets for sure. So Flame Brawler gets this, which increases Thunder Wave damage, physical attack, and, well, strength attack, and, well, strength and accuracy. Then more strength and accuracy. So 25 strength and 25 strength is crazy, but also adds physical damage. That's not too bad. Okay, then it goes automatically into the next set, which is the sacrifice set. This was Clam. Sacrifice set gives you plus 10 strength, plus max 8 plus 8 max HP, then increases the Solar Stomp series. This is another brawler, well, another arena. If we care about that, you can go ahead and see that one. Wait, what? Was it sacrifice up there too? Oh, there's two sacrifices. No, that's Infernal. Does sacrifice curve around or something? Oh no, they're separated weirdly. So Scorching gets plus 5 max HP, movement speed, plus 20 strength, plus 40 crit damage, plus 10 accuracy, and plus, holy hell, your gear is insane mid game. 15%, 15%, still, brother, you guys become crit demons. This isn't fair. I better get some cool stuff, because so far it seems like Brawler is the favorite child out of the two, brother. So this one gives damn, son. Oh, this is sprint crafting, and that's going to be your level 60 gear, and that's going to be plus 15 strength, plus 10 accuracy, plus 18 HP, plus 10 evasion, and plus 25 damage to your exploded. Then that would be your best set for a while, because first of all, everything you do is off the exploding series. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, what's the sky one? And I'm also gonna wrap it up after this, and I'll do the $100 thing like next video if you guys want that. If you guys want me to play the character and, you know, level up, make like little funny videos as I level up, you know, talk about stuff. But anywho, plus 20 strength, plus 15 evasion, plus physical attack by 10%, attack speed by 10%, plus 18 plus 18 accuracy, and the skill static shock increased damage. Yeah, you guys got some nutty stuff. The only reason I'm not going to do the $100 right now is because I have work tonight, and I don't want to be up too long because it's already getting close to my sleep time. Okay, so sacrificial is your 75 gear. See, is it as nutty? Yes, it is. You get plus 30 strength from this one, along with all attack increase and vitality, and 20% attack speed with 20 accuracy and 15 crit damage. Yeah. Okay. Your level 80 set is going to be plus 20 damage. Honestly, kind of a weird jump. I feel like this gear right here escalated it like way more than it needed to be. Then this popped around a corner. It was just like less overwhelming. But hold on. Plus 20 strength, movement speed, additional normal. Oh, your basic attack has a 15% chance to inflict 30%. Okay, never mind. I take back what I said. 30% of the caster's physical damage is insane compared to everything else that we looked at. Excuse me, hiccup. That's kind of crazy. Physical attack increased by 5% and crit damage by 20. Oh god, now I got hiccups. Are you kidding me? Do you hate me that much? Okay, so now this set is another set of yours. This is your level 80 set? Oh, that definitely jumped down to underwhelming. Why is the level 80 set so weird? I guess, okay. Yeah, this one's kind of underwhelming, but 88%, I mean, survivability, if anything, if you don't want to, you know, have that tank ability against you. I mean, you're still probably going to be no, never mind, I take that back, because it's plus 20 crit chance, so the plus 20 crit chance is automatically, if you need that crit chance, it's a good gear set. But max HP 8%, vitality 20, evasion 15, less threat generation. I mean, it's good for survivability if you need it, but I feel like there's better options. Strength and vitality plus 25, attack speed 20, all defense 10, physical attack 15, and crit chance 8. That's okay. Now we went back up to crazy because that's your level 80 set, your late game level 80 set. And that's PvP. Nobody cares about that. Here's your level 90 set. Oh, never mind. That is your level 90 set. This is your level 90. Oh, this is your like level 100 set. This one was your level 90 set. Your level 100 set is, god damn, 60 strength, along with 20% crit damage and a 5% chance to inflict 600 fire damage. Meh. 5% 5% crit chance with a 40% chance to trigger the ability of the armor, which is attack speed and attack damage increase, which stacks up to 5 times for 3 seconds. So you just basically gained another passive. That, brother, what were they snorting? Because I want it. Oh wait, no, that's not your level 100 set. Oh, there's 2 sets. Oh, okay, I guess. Wait, what? My snorting set? Level 90. Okay, no, that's your mid-level 90. This is your level 100. Honestly, this is the best one towards like damage. So I'm curious of what this one would do. Movement speed 10, crit damage 30, strength 30, vitality 20 if you want the extra survivability. Skill spark, crimson spark 30. 30 by 30 melee speed. When attacking, have a 20% chance to activate this ability. When attacking, inflict 5%. Okay, so that just goes on cooldown. Honestly, I feel like the level 90 gear is a lot better than 100. Which is kind of common, honestly. Okay, so here's our abilities on... I feel like I'm going too long. I need to actually make this kind of fast. Okay, so okay, so we deal with mana, really? 10% MP, strength 5, vitality 3, and we get slam damage increase. Okay, the level 50. Level 50 gives us strength 7, vitality 3, evasion 5, crit chance 10, crit damage 45. Okay. More PvP gear that I just don't want to see. Okay, so Thunderous Barrier gets a damage increase, 10% damage, 5 accuracy, spark increase. Oh yeah, like once you start reading gear, flame is a lot better. So this is my level 60 gear, which gives strength 5, vitality 10, movement speed 8, thunderous barrier 10, crit chance increased by 15%, and threat generation reduction. Yeah, holy crap. So far, we are very underwhelming over here. Like, you would think we would be getting vitality and HP out the wazoo versus them, but and like more tanking ability. Well, actually, hold up. So this is what? This is our level 69 gear. What was your guys' level 69 gear? So 750. Wow, okay. They're also a lot tankier than us. Towards like physical. But we have magic defense. Well, magic does become very common late game. So I guess that's not too bad. Okay, hold on. Did I read this one? Icebreaker. I think I did. But this is our level 70, I believe. Level 69 gear, I guess. Level 65 is what I would say, because that's when it starts. Then the PvP gear jumps in. Okay, so then this is our next skill after that. And that's our level 70 gear, which is movement speed 10, evasion 15, strength 10, strength 20, punishment series 40, max HP, okay, here we go, 15, attack speed 15, no, attack speed 20, so that's decent. Yeah, that's decent. Nothing to write home about though. Okay, so next, which is our level 75 gear, I believe. Or is that level 80? Whichever one. So our next gear is strength 20, and punishment gets 35, attack speed, and evasion 10. Then punishment gets another 45. Wait, hold up. What was punishment's cooldown? Right quick. Punishment's cooldown was 15. Oh yeah, this is the one with the biggest AoE in the game, apparently. Is what I think it is. 20 meters? Okay, so I guess it's for oh crap. Guess it's for AoE stuff. Decent, I guess. And do I actually like see it in action? More PvP crap. Okay, so the next one, which is our level 85 gear, which is what I would generally want so far, is we get 20 strength and agility, 8% physical and attack speed, and along with reduced strength, with a reduced threat generation, and plus 15 heal value, which isn't too bad too. Because I'm after heal value, which I wish a lot more of the armors had heal value in HP instead of the other crap that's on it. My level 90 gear is 30 strength, damage reduction 8, which I would actually prefer this gear for sure, but I'm missing out on HP. Movement speed 10, evasion 20, physical attack 15, heal value 15. Nah, I didn't PvP stuff. And my level 90 gear. Oh, that is my level 90 gear. After that level 90 gear, there is the one that gives 20 strength, 10 agility, 10% crit chance, 8% physical attack, 8% chance to inflict ice, reduce physical damage incoming when attacking, has a chance to trigger the item's ability, reduce defense. Oh, actually, that one's good. Reducing defense by 3% and It's resist by 10%. Stacks up to 50 times. That's actually a really good gear towards like damage. Not so good as sustain, but that damage is actually pretty good. Okay, and this is the last one, which is our level 100 gear. 30% strength. When attacking, there is a chance to do lightning. Reduce all damage received by 20%, or very good. 15% heal value, which is great. When attacked, there is a 15% chance to trigger the armor ability, which gives you all defense by 50% for 5 turns. Well, 5 turns. 5 seconds. But it goes on cooldown for 30 seconds. So it's kind of like the Talos gear. But instead of like all that damage, you get... Oh, well, honestly, Lover's gear would actually be better for us, wouldn't it? Until we got to this. This is what it's called, right? Lover. Oh, crap. The one with the hearts on it. Oh, is that yellow gear? That's yellow gear. I hate pushing shift and a number. Okay. Okay, never mind. I think it's something totally different then. Okay, so what is the yellow gear looking like? I want to make this fast, but... Oh, it's over my bedtime. I gotta go sleep soon. Dark cape, so we don't have a yellow cape. So I think everything will be lower for us. Because I don't see, I see books, but nothing towards us. Huh. Reputation crap. Okay, I thought it would be mixing up here. I think it has to be like way lower. So I haven't missed it yet. Let's Destroyer here. Predator, Warlock. We haven't missed any capes or anything. I'm hoping the level 50 gear is actually like 50 yellow gear is actually like worth it. Hopefully it does something. Holy crap, man. Okay, this is Riftwalker. Soul stuff. More soul stuff, rings. Okay, here's our stuff. Okay, so let's see. The level 50 weapon that we get for yellow is when using a attack, basic attack, we get a chance of a 2-hit combo. When attacking, there is a 25% chance to activate this, which gives Plague 4. Let's see, next is when attacking, there's a 20% chance to do another attack. There's a chance to deal Thunder and has 20 accuracy. Next is 65, which when attacking gives you a chance of getting 25% crit chance with 10% damage. 70 is melee, well, that's melee attack speed by 10%. Also, it's an accuracy in there, and have a 50% chance of doing extra hits. Crit. No, not crit damage. Just normal ritual damage, ritual blade damage increase. This one takes away evasion and gives damage. Well, crit damage taken. Okay, no, that one didn't have basic attack. This one has basic attack, perform extra hits. So extra hits, movement speed reduction. This lowers thunder, fire, and ice by, well, resist by 5%, stacks up to 5 times. That's actually not decent, not that bad at all. The level 90 yellow has a chance of doing thunder for 4% chance. Well, 4% of the physical. I'm going a lot faster and tripping up. So the skill itself gives 15% crit damage for 5 seconds. This gives 10%. Oh, this gives all damage by 5% and 20%. Movements for ability activate and movement speed for 15%. When attacking, there's an additional lightning damage that hits for 8 seconds. And the level 100 weapon, when attacking, there is a 25% chance to additionally inflict lightning damage, and the skill gives physical skill damage and physical crit damage. Okay, those are kind of decent. Some are kind of meh. Relics. When hit, there is a chance to trigger the ability, which gives evasion, threat generation down, but your weapon damage up by 20%. What? Not 6%. 20%. Where is this coming from? Oh, this is good for me. When hit, there is a 15% chance to remove a random debuff. When hit, the weapon triggers, so I get physical damage increase and attack speed increase for 5 seconds. Extra hit, along with reducing the enemy's crit chance, which goes all the way up to 10%, lasts for 5 seconds. Next one, it's attack speed, well, movement speed. Next one is movement speed, melee attack speed by 10%, and when attacking, 15% chance to increase their damage, their crit chance taken, and the crit damage taken by 5%. Does not stack. Okay, so this one gives movement speed 15%, a chance of extra hit, and a chance of additional lightning damage. Next one is all damage increase, chance of additional hit, and the next one is skill ability, well, weapon ability, that gives attack speed lower and movement lower, set up to 5 times, lasts for 3 seconds. When you attack, there is a 15% chance to deal lightning damage and also increase your attack by, wait, Okay, my brain was processing that it didn't say weapon ability or something like that. But anyway, when attacking, there's a 15% chance to deal electric damage, and it also gives 10% crit chance and 8% crit attack. My bad. My brain is on overtime trying to get this done with. The last relic gives negative 40 threat gen, attack speed, and your basic attack activate a skill which gives thunder damage. Kind of meh. Okay, so now we're going on to yellow abilities. Okay, they are separated. So at level 80, brawlers get plus 30 strength, plus 10 agility, has a chance to deal thunder damage, and get physical attack 5 and physical skill 20. The next one they get, we get this one. So our yellow gear, we get, this is the best one for us. What? The yellow one outshines the orange as it should. We get 25 strength, 15 vitality, and we get 20 evasion, 15% attack speed, 8% max HP, 15 heal value, and physical crit damage by 25. That's literally our best set so far. Okay, so what is your level 90 for brawlers? Level 90 brawler gets 20 strength, all defense by 8%, more physical strength, so 45 physical strength, and you get 25% attack speed. You get physical attack by 15% and crit chance by 15%. Has a chance to give you 20% crit damage for 5 seconds. Dear God. I can see why a lot of people are playing Brawler instead. Okay, so for us, what do we get? Give us something good. Okay, our first actual decent one. We get defense. Well, I would say decent. It's towards dealing damage is pretty decent. Defense all 20%. Crit damage 25. We get 55 strength with 20 evasion and 20% attack speed. Has a chance. Ooh, this one's actually really good. Towards damage reduction. Has when we're attacked. I was about to say, is it us attacking or when they're hitting us? When they're hitting us, we have a chance of getting damage reduction by 3%. That stacks 5 times, so about 15% damage reduction. That's not too bad. More of a tankish set. So the level 100 set, which is the very last yellow. So you get, for brawlers, 60 strength and 10% physical strength. And you reduce your threat gen by 30. When attacking, there is a chance to proc additional thunder damage. And your Crimson Spark skill gets increased by 30%. Attack speed by 30%. Duration of lava explode plus 3. When attacking, there is 18% chance to trigger the ability. And the ability is when doing a basic attack, you have a 20% chance to deal additional fire damage. Ability goes on cooldown for 40 seconds. God damn, bro. Please give us something, bro. Something good. Okay, so for Herald, we get 50 strength, 50 agility. Okay, not too bad at all. God dang. We get all damage reduction by 15%, which is great. We get vitality. Great. All crit chance reduction. So they have 30% less chance to crit us, which is fantastic. Because crit in this game is crazy when it comes to enemies late game. Aura shattered shadow damage increase. Could have sworn it was just Aura Shatter, but okay. Attack, physical attack increased by 10%. Ooh. Which skill was that? I'm pretty sure it was the shark one, right? I can't show you guys their talent combos, unfortunately. Unless they have a database, I can talk about it. Oh, here it is. Yes, the one. Oh, you hit 10 seconds of it with that? Oh, hell yeah, that gear's great. So you would only have 20 downtime for it. Yeah, this gear is fan-freaking-tastic. So plus 5 seconds. When attacking, there's a chance to activate the ability, which does additional ice damage, lasts up to 10 seconds. Goes on cooldown for 40. Dear Lord. Then you have other stuff that doesn't apply to us at all. Unless it's down here. Yeah, we don't get these. For now, we don't get these. Oh, no, they're right. No? No, we don't get those. Then you got tokens for the floors and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. As I said, gears and everything is these are stuff that you have to put certain gems on stuff. That's pretty much it. But yeah, holy crap. Both classes are stacked, but I feel like we're more stacked towards our yellow gear. Our orange gear sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, our orange gear is very underwhelming. I was expecting us to have like a lot of like HP and healing like value stuff, but no, we had the bottom end of the barrel. We're not good into like actual late game. I guess it really depends on how well we actually do stuff, because you guys kill faster, but we are more support and everything in there. Definitely treating us lesser. It's pretty messed up, man. But as for talents, that heal value I might get next, because I was thinking of like physical damage when I got this. I wasn't thinking about this though, and I didn't know anything about the character also. That's another thing why I chose what I chose. Yeah, it seems like these are pretty stacked too. Wish I would have got that than this. I'm gonna check right quick. I should be asleep right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I should be asleep. Is there a Grand Fantasia origin database? There's a codex. Origin, skills, Herald. Okay, so there is, so I can see like pretty much everything they got going on here, but I don't see talent. Gotta just type in talent and it will show it. Yeah, there's like formulas and everything, but skills. Yeah, the database is kind of weird. Because part of me is trying to see... Oh, there's the combinations. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up on screen so you guys will be able to see this. Okay, so show abilities. So for Brawlers, attack speed. So this is going to be your combination for this. And this is what you get. You get threat, lower accuracy when you use a skill. When casting a skill, there's a chance to self-spark. I can't really see in-game what these mean. So when you're in-game, you'll probably have to figure out yourself. Physical attack and physical crit damage. Well, physical skill damage. When casting a finisher, there's a chance to gain Eternal Flame. This goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. That goes on cooldown for 30. These skills get increased by 10% when casting a attack skill. There's a chance to gain Cyclone, which goes on cooldown for 8 seconds. Actually, that one might be insane, depending on what these are. Oh, crap. This is the one we're on, right? Yep. Physical attack, movement, physical attack taken, and okay, not too bad, not too bad. This one is physical damage. No, yeah, physical attack 8, defense 4, speed, movement speed 10, all defense 8, accuracy 10, damage increased to thunder jab, well, thunder stab. This one gives evasion 15 and skill reduction, but increases thunder wave and its slowdown duration by +3. Physical 40, well, attack 40, evasion 8, attack speed 20, accuracy 10, crit damage 10, 40, no, not 40, 4 attack and 4 crit damage. Movement speed 8%, attack 4, and evasion 10, and accuracy 5. Okay, so that's what you guys get. What about Storm Herald? So let's see. Storm Herald gets when casting skills. Oh, this must be a late game one. 10% 10% attack when casting a skill. Oh, when casting the skill. Happily series. Additionally gain Lord Wrath. Oh, this one explains it to us. That's funny. Wrath Lord. When attacking, there is a chance to deal additional thunder damage. Goes on cooldown for 1 second. That's actually interesting. Ooh, hold on. All attributes plus 20 and heal value plus 10% increase the duration of Gush? Huh? Oh, this is decent too. Along with the healing and threat reduced, then damage taken. Oh, crap. That was actually really good. What, did we just not get hoed inside of our talents? Is that what it is? When attacking the skill, when using the skill, Static Shock, additionally gain a static charge heal. When using Tide, additionally gain Tide Shock. So this increases heal value by 5. Oh, increases heal value by 2. Stacks up to 5 times. Ooh, I should really be asleep. Hold on. We're gonna finish this out, man. This 4-hour video is crazy. Okay, that's not too bad, honestly. That's actually really good. Next one. Ooh. All defense 6. All resist 10. Healing our thunder pulse gets increased by 3% for like duration. No, 3 seconds for duration. Which is our regen skill, so that's not too bad. Movement speed, attack, and heal value. Let's try to go through these quickly. Attribute all 20. Another attribute all is insane. Bolt strike gets increased damage. Physical attack, evasion, attack speed, accuracy, crit damage, and attack. Movement speed. Okay, so it's basically the same thing they got to with just the lower ones. Okay, but yeah, that's crazy. So I should have went this one. The star and moon, right? Earth, star, and moon. God dang. So I need to go to the what you call it, grab these. So which ones do I need for the attributes? I needed movement speed. I have Spirit Mastery. Oh no, I don't. I need Spirit Mastery and movement speeds for that one in particular. Okay, well, yep, that's it. Thank you guys for dealing with 4 hours of this. Well, nearly 4 hours of this. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want me to do like a series on this, you know, leveling up and grinding again, is mostly going to be sprite grinding, because you remember sprites take forever. We still have not fixed sprites getting left behind and hindering game progress. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see if there's a function, if there is a new function for sprites. Let me know if there's an easy way to bring them back up if they get too far behind and I have to, you know, keep switching to new ones, because the main sprite is always important, unfortunately. Let me know. With that said, I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, Peace out. Hey, if you guys want to send me some gold, I'm just saying. I'm just nerf the Smurf. Just saying. I'm just joking. Anyway, hope you guys have a great one. Till then, peace out.